Hey guys, what's up? We are MARNAGE.
And today we're gonna explain how we made our track Classics Never Die on Dharma worldwide. So let's move into the project.
Let's go!
We wanna start from the main melody of this track, which is the Hungarian Dance number 5 of Brahms. The orchestral part is a layer of 3 different violins. We use 2 violins of Nexus 3 and 1 contact, so that's the MIDI of the main melody. That's the first violin of Nexus 3 we use for the layer, and that's the contact 1, a sustained violin we use from Project Sam Symphobia. As you can see, next to the pitch slider, we have the modulation slider, and we increased it a little to make the violin sounds more present into the mix. Now let's move into the mixer. That's the channel where we have all the 3 violins, so it's the violin bus, and that's the EQ that we made for all the 3 violins together. As you can see, we cut all the low frequencies before 145 Hz, and then we reduced some annoying frequencies we had in the mid, so some resonances of the violin. Another element that we have together with the violin is the wrist bass, and this is the bass MIDI. For this sound we use Serum. We tweaked a little the preset and we came out with this wrist bass. The first time you will listen to the vocal of this track, it will be in the build-up. To make this vocal, we use a voice generator on the internet. We just texted the words "Classics Never Die", we rendered the audio file and we imported it on FL Studio.
Classics never die.
So that's how we process this vocal. We use a camel crusher with this annulate preset. We use this VST to make it sound more crunchy and to distort a little the vocal. That's how we equalize this vocal, we just increase the mid-high range. We know that's a big boost, because we wanted to make it sound more bright. We use an art acoustic reverb for this vox, and we use this preset called W&W Reverb. We really love this reverb, and we use it for all the sounds in every track we make. Then we add this low filter that we use it only in the build-up, so the vocal will open up just before the drop. In the build-up we also have this thermal choir shot. It reminds you to the Squid Game soundtrack. For that choir we just use a Nexus 3 preset. As you can see, we really love Nexus 3. It's one of our favorite sound generator VST. Now let's move into the drop. That's how we made the main kick of the first drop. It's a layer of 2 different kicks. We have the standard techno kick and we have a top-end kick. That's how we equalize the top-end kick. We have a low cut on 242 Hz. Because we don't need those lows, we can find the lows informations in the standard techno kick. And then we have a boost in the high mid and a high cut on 30k Hz. We didn't process the standard techno kick because it already sounded so well. We made this one in another project. That's a techno signature MARNAGE kick. You can find it in our mini sample pack on the Dharma website. Now let's move into the drums we use in the first drop. As you can see, we use 3 different hi-hats. 2 of them are off-beat and 1 is on-beat. This is the sub-bass we use in the drop. How could this not be a Nexus 3 preset? In fact, it is. All the way up from the Hardstyle 3 library. And now it's time for the stutter synth. You're going to see how we stack the layers after, but first let's see how we equalize the sound. We have a low cut on 233 Hz. And then we have a boost in the mid-high frequencies. We created the stutter effect using the shaper box. So what happens is that the volume of the sound is modulated by the LFAO, which creates this vibrato. Then we have the art acoustic reverb again, but this time with a longer time design. Now it's time to show you the layers. We have 4 different sounds, 2 Nexus 3 and 2 Serum. We use the same layers for the stutter synth. We also stack the layers for the midis, so we have the main melody and a melody which fill the empty spaces. That's the cue we made for the first synth. We just boosted the high and the mids. That's the cue of the second layer. Also here we cut the lows and we just reduced some rumbles and resonances. Same art acoustic reverb here, and that's the cue of the third synth. Also here we have a low cut and a boost on the mid-high frequencies. As always, art acoustic reverb, and a shaper box that we just automated for the shutter synth. Now it's time for the main breakdown. The elements here are the orchestral ones, there is bass, a low filtered kick, and a tempo automation which brings the track from 140 BPM to 150, where it's time for the biggest part of the main break, which is the hardstyle synth and chords moment. We can call it the signature MARNAGE hardstyle sound. That's a strong layer which is composed by 4 silent, 2 Nexus 3 synths, and 2 other Nexus 3, one for the sub-bass and one for the chords. That's the same hardstyle sound we use on our collab together with Timmy Trumpet and Hunter Sound AI Amadeus. Let's move into the chords channel, and that's the first EQ that we got. Low cut, we reduce resonances, and a little boost in the mid-high. Now let's move into the lead bass channel, the channel where we process all the melody synths. We have a low cut, and we reduce many rumbles and resonances. In this EQ we didn't boost any frequency. Then we use a Camel Crusher with a British Clean preset. We love this preset and we use it to make the sounds more crispy and fat. We of course have a low filter pass, and the magic art acoustic reverb. We send chords and synths into one unique channel where we equalize them again. As you can see, we just reduce a little the mid frequencies. Now it's time for the second drop. Here we layer the kick that we use in the first drop together with many different hardstyle kicks. That's the first hardstyle kick. That's the second hardstyle kick. And that's the third hardstyle kick. Now let's move into the mixer so we can show you how we equalize them. For the first kick we have a simple low cut and a high cut. We can call it a mid-kick layer. For the second one we have used a shaper box to create the LFO effect. And a similar EQ of the first kick. That's the top end kick that we use in the first drop. And that's the third hardstyle kick layer. This time we use the gross beat and we use it to create the same effect of the shaper box. We just did a low cut here. And that's the signature MARNAGE techno kick of the first drop. For the hardstyle screeches we use the Nexus 3 as always. That's how the second drop sounds with all the sounds. We hope you guys enjoyed this masterclass. We are MARNAGE and follow us on Instagram and everywhere. So thanks to Dharma for this opportunity. Don't forget to listen Classics Never Die on Spotify, on YouTube and everywhere. Thanks for watching, enjoy and see you really soon. Peace.
Let's begin.